Hey guys, Metal Viking YouTube here, back with another Viking Orations, another 2019 release to discuss this time, and I'm going to be talking to you about the debut self-titled EP from the band Tryptamyne. This is going to be put out through Vargeist Records, and when they sent this to me to check out, they told me right off the bat that, these guys are a avant-garde, kind of technical death metal grindcore band. And right off the bat, I knew this was going to be an interesting listen, just because when you see the term avant-garde, you just never know what you're going to get, and it can be kind of a challenging listen depending on the elements that they add to it. But a little bit of background on Tryptamyne. As I said, they are a technical death metal / grindcore with some avant-garde elements thrown in from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Has 4 members on this release: Mikey Przezinski on bass, guitars, and backing vocals, Brad Dodd on drums and lead and backing vocals. Sarah Richardson does backing vocals, and hopefully I can pronounce this name right. If not, I'm sorry. Ika Zabala on lead and backing vocals. And this is 4 tracks, just a little over 12 minutes in length. As I said, this is the band's debut EP. And really, from the get-go, this is just a crazy, weird, and just chaotic listen. They play, like I said, they play this mix of grindcore with technical death metal, but they add in these elements of like jazz fusion and just other styles, and the clean vocals and everything. It's just like, it's like a total mindfuck for me. Now the vocals though are all really well performed, I thought, from the growls and the screams to the cleans. Track 3, Learn, has a really good is a really good example showcasing Sarah Richardson's vocals the most, and she has such a really good voice. I really enjoyed her singing. Track 2, this is such a hard title to say, Heteroscedasticity, has these vocals you'd swear were like a woman just screaming her head off like a banshee, but at the very end you realize it's actually a clip of some little kid screaming for their mommy. I mean, it's like, you're sitting listening and you're like, geez, those are sick. And then you get to the end, you could tell, all of a sudden you realize it's a little kid and they're going, mommy, and it's just like, where did that come from? And then at times the vocalist, depending on the track, he screams like a madman from a freaking asylum. It's crazy. The drums and guitars are both very chaotic when they do the more grindcore parts. But overall, they're all really well played. And I really loved the bass on this whole EP. That's very well played and performed. And the tone kind of reminds me of an old Norwegian technical progressive metal band called Spiral Architect. If you've ever, if you check them out and listen to the bass on that, that's kind of the bass you will hear here. Overall, like the song Learn, it sounds like it'd be more home on like a prog metal album than this. The follow-up track to that, Unlearn, starts as a really good techie death song, but then it goes off on this weird tangent with jazz elements, and then it goes back in and finishes off just how it started. And it's just like, it's such a huge difference. Like, you start the track and you think, all right, this is, yeah. And then all of a sudden it gets weird and you're just like, okay. And then it goes back into the tech death and it's like, okay, that was just, yeah. Overall though, I mean, I prefer the more grindy tech death elements of this EP. The weirder, jazzy, avant-garde elements just really detracted a lot for me on this one. Not to say that these guys are not talented. There is a lot of potential here. I really think they do have a lot of potential. But for me, if you're going to do this, you should really just leave off the weird elements, because it's such a huge change in sound. It just really detracts overall from the EP, I think. I would give this a 6 out of 10. I mean, it's like I said, there's talent here, there's potential. These guys are obviously really good at what they do, but to me personally, this is just too kind of avant-garde and weird for my tastes. I will leave a link in the description though for you guys to check this out. this is potentially something you guys might like. You never know. I mean, like I said, avant-garde style music is very hit and miss with a lot of people. This one just happened to miss with me. No disrespect to the band or anything. Like I said, seem like a really bunch of talented people. But this particular release just did not really do much for me. So yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.